What's going on, my eaters? It's your boy Chef Drew, aka Chef, aka Big Drew, aka y'all. We're gonna talk about being a founder this week and what it takes to launch something and start a business and what that walk can look like. I know my walk has been kind of interesting, lots of ups and downs and things like that. But we're gonna talk about it this week, and hopefully I can, give you guys a little bit of insight, help you out just a little bit in your founder's journeys, whatever they may be or look like. But before we get into that, please make sure you like, subscribe, do all the things that you need to do to help us keep bringing you this great content. Y'all, so listen, like I said, this week we're going to talk about the founder's journey, what it is to be a founder. I don't know if you guys know. If you don't know, I write for a local newspaper where I live. It's called The Citizen. I have a weekly food column that I write there. But y'all know me. I can't just write about food. I'm a food entrepreneur. I do food business. And so in my column, just like with the Eating Chambers channel, in the Eating Chambers column, we talk about everything food and hospitality and food entrepreneurship and business. And so recently, I wrote an article in the newspaper about the founder's journey, my journey. And I was like, you know what? I need to share this with y'all. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about what's in the article. We'll put a link or something in the description so that if you want, you can go read the full article. I'm just going to touch on some of the points from that article that I feel like will be most beneficial to you guys. So, y'all listen, I'm a pitmaster, I'm a chef, I'm a content creator, but recently I've been beginning to walk. I have just seen my life and my business kind of evolve and my network kind of evolve in a way that has me surrounded by and seated with a lot of business owners, founders, business leaders, and so on and so forth. And I've been coming into the realization that for years and years and years, I walked in the chef role, I walked in a pitmaster role. With the start of this channel, I began to walk in the content creator role. And again, even with my column and things I want to do in the future. But I've been beginning to realize recently that my chief role, the role that I operate in probably the most, which I was giving the least amount of credit to, is my role as a CEO, and more specifically a CEO and founder. My company is a startup company. We're growing it and we're building it, but that does not detract in any way from my roles and my responsibilities that come with trying to launch something and trying to start something. And so I may not be the big guy in the CEO suite yet, but I'm still a CEO. I'm still steering a ship of, I still have a vision that I'm trying to implement, and I have a team that looks to me, that is helping me create and launch this vision. So I'm just as much of a CEO and founder as those guys. And for any of you out there who are watching this right now and you can relate, or you're in my same situation, or you feel yourself transitioning, much like I did, own who you are. You're a CEO, you're a founder too. And even if you're not walking in it yet, but you know it's for your future, you're a founder as well. And so hopefully today's episode will give you a little bit of meat. I'm not going to be here with you guys too long this week. We're going to bang this stuff out, and then we're going to let you guys get on back to your time. But yeah, pitmaster, chef, content creator, but most of all, I'm a CEO and I'm a founder. CEO and founder of the Eating Chambers, and CEO and founder of Pink's Barbecue. And I'm also currently working on some other brands that I'm not talking about yet, but you guys will definitely be hearing about those shortly. It kind of feels a little weird to say that openly and outwardly in front of a camera, but I just have found that the Lord has me doing that more and more often. You know, and it's cool. You got to take ownership. I find every time I say it, every time I put myself in those situations where I need to act in that role or speak as though I'm in that role, I just feel myself growing more confident and bold with it. And so if you know that's who you are or who you're being called to be, speak life into it, and it'll be amazing how you see things start to line up. As a founder, there are certain things in the way I'm going to format this video, just like I did in the article, is a list. As a founder, there's things that have stood out to me as I've listened and watched other founders and walked my own journey. There are certain things that I feel like if we keep in mind, or we should keep in mind as leaders, as founders, to keep us healthy, to keep us engaged, and to build excitement from our community and our team. And so today I'm going to share some of those with you. It's about 10 things. I'm not going to do it in any kind of order of importance, but these 10 things are the things I feel like you should know as a founder, as a CEO. First things first. I'm laughing, y'all, because Lord have mercy, this is a stickler for me. I said founders often aren't the best day-to-day managers. Listen, y'all. One of the things I have had to come to terms with for me personally is I can't do it all. There was a time where I felt like as a leader, as a founder, as a boss, you had to do it all. It's not possible. It's not possible, y'all. And that's okay. For a long time, I felt like I had to be the answer to everything. And I knew I wasn't performing at that level, or not in the ways that I felt like I should. Nothing was getting the attention the 100% attention it needed. And it caused me a lot of stress and frustration. But the fact of the matter is, I'm a visionary. I'm a trailblazer, y'all. I know how I get ideas. I know how to do the research on these ideas, and I know how to put some gas behind them. There's certain things that my skill sets allow me to apply myself to more. However, in my specific case, I'm more of a creative. I'm good with the kitchen stuff. I'm good with the food stuff. I can delegate really well. I'm good with the purchasing and things of that nature. I do those really well, y'all. But then there's the other stuff that your business requires. Content and social media stuff, the finances, the time management and organizational things. Yo, I don't do that stuff too good. It stresses me out. Financial stuff of any kind, paying bills of any kind, stresses me out. Balancing the numbers stresses me out. Anything tech related stresses me out, y'all. I'm the idea guy. It took me a long time to figure that out and come to terms with it. But once I came to terms with it, y'all, I was able to do the things that I know I'm good at and find the great talent and the great help to help me in the things that I am not good at. And whatever is left, we all figure it out together. So founders, CEOs, cut yourself some slack. You can't and you shouldn't do it all. Maybe for a season, there's times we have to grind hard, but don't be afraid to delegate, y'all. Get some help. You know, 2 minds are greater than 1. Get some help. It's amazing the insights and the help and the questions I get from from my team, the people who are looking to me for answers. So, yeah. Work with your strengths, delegate the rest. The second one, good health and preventative care are essential. Listen, y'all, running this entrepreneurship race is no joke. It's hard work, whatever it is. I don't care if you sit behind the desk and look at screens. I don't care if you're in the kitchen slanging food. I don't care if you're a pilot and you fly planes. Owning your own, creating your own, launching your own is a lot of hard work. And to do that work, you need to be in shape. You need to be healthy. You need to be fit. You need to take care of your mind and your spirit. So y'all, I'm not going to belabor it. All I'm going to say is take care of your body. We only got one of them. My business coach told me one time, and I loved it. Try to be someone today who your 80-year-old self will be proud of. Try and be today someone who your 80-year-old self will be proud of, because that 80-year-old self doesn't have a choice. He's going to get what he's going to get. She's going to get what she's going to get, but it's only going to be as a result of what we do today. So if you need to go step in some grass, go step in some grass, feel some sun, take some deep breaths, read your word, go exercise, laugh, smile with loved ones and family and friends. Give yourself some affirmations. Do whatever it is you got to do consistently. Make it a way of your life. Take care of yourself, y'all, because we gotta run these businesses up. We gotta run this money up. We gotta do all the things that founders and CEOs need to do, and we can't do it if we're not healthy. Okay? Number 3, enjoy the present. Y'all, this makes me a little bit of emotional. Enjoy the present. For me, and I'm only going to speak for me in this case, I know I'm guilty of just chasing the vision, chasing where I know this can go, where I want it to be, what I want it to do for my people. I know I can get tunnel vision and just start running down that road, which in itself isn't bad. But here's the problem, and this is where it gets not so good, and this is where I fall often. That road can swallow you up real quick, and you can start paying so much attention to where you want to go that you completely miss and you completely lose the lessons and the victories of today. Even though my business doesn't look like fully what I want it to look like, even though my YouTube channel or my articles don't look like 100% what I want them to look like yet, that does not take away from the fact that I have an awesome YouTube channel. We got how many episodes? I got so many subscribers. I got an awesome column. Thousands of people read it a week. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I make great food. People love our food. I got great customers at these farmers markets. I got awesome network of people around me, helping me, supporting me, building me up. Yo, we got to pay attention to the vision, but we also have to live and be a part of and enjoy the moments right now. So make sure you don't get caught on that hamster wheel, caught in that tunnel of progress. So much so that it blinds you from your victories and your lessons today. Do whatever it takes. Y'all, one of the things I feel like separates entrepreneurs from just the average guy just working is the willingness to do whatever it takes to see the vision come to pass. Y'all, the amount of money, the amount of sleepless nights, the amount of debt, the amount of whatever it is you got to do if you feel like it's a calculated risk, if you feel like it's worth pushing for your vision, do it and continue to do it. It's not for everybody, but the founder, the entrepreneur, one thing I have definitely seen, I have experienced for myself, is that we'll go for broke when it comes to giving it all we've got to make the vision come to pass. Now, here's the thing. That doesn't mean all things come to pass the way we want. Some stuff fails. That's part of the entrepreneur's journey. That's part of the founder's journey. But for me, if that day comes, we hope it doesn't, but if the day comes where something doesn't work out, I need to know on that day within myself. And this is the thing that separates founders and entrepreneurs from the other ones. I need to know on that day that I gave it all I had. You know, sometimes for people, for different founders, that means credit cards. That means borrowing money. That means mortgaging houses. That means cashing in retirements. That means working night jobs. That means 60 to 80-hour work weeks. Whatever it looks like for you, y'all, I know I can relate to a lot of that stuff. You do whatever it takes. Sometimes I used to be mad at it. Sometimes I used to be scared of it. I know Gwen was scared of it. Still is probably. But we've also accepted it as part of our life. Like when the Lord gives us a vision and we feel like we're chasing it, that's that. We're going to do whatever needs to be done to try and execute that. Team buy-in. Y'all, again, I just told y'all a little minute ago, for a while, I just thought I could do everything by myself. That was wrong. That was not the truth. I'm nothing as a founder. I'm nothing as a CEO if my team doesn't believe in what we're doing, doesn't believe in the vision that is in me. Perfect example. Right now, as we're filming, it's me and Joe here. Me and Joe have been filming for years at this point, couple years, a lot of episodes. Everything you see is me and Joe. Andy did a few episodes in the beginning. I'm not getting paid. Joe, you getting paid? Joe ain't getting paid. Not yet. Team buy-in. Not yet. It's very important, y'all, that you operate and you conduct yourself as a founder and a CEO in such a way that your people, whoever they may be, whether paid or not, your people are your fans. You got to carry yourself in that kind of way. Include them. Take their input. Deliver. If they say they're going to give you something and you say you're going to give something, don't let them be given and you ain't giving. But whatever it is, y'all, make sure your team are your fans first. If your team are your fans first, your team will make fans of your customers and your community. And so I think I got that from somewhere. Is that Chick-fil-A, Joe? Oh, okay. I got that from somewhere. But yeah, make your team members fans of you, and they'll make fans of your customers. Y'all can use that too. I might put it on a t-shirt. It wasn't Chick-fil-A, so go ahead and use it. It wasn't mine either. Be the brand, y'all. For a long time, I used to try to push food and push the product and push the service. But at the end of the day, people support and people buy who they believe in or what they believe in. Or the better way to say this is, a customer is more likely to give me some grace when something bad happens when they believe in me. And that's what you always want to create for your brand. You be the brand. Let people support you, believe in you, and if they support you and they believe in you as the brand, they'll support your product or your service. A lot of people won't tell you that, but it's the truth. Think of all the things in your day-to-day life that you get behind, not necessarily because of the product or the service, but because you believe in what that brand or what that company represents. I know I can name a few. So let that be an example. Be the brand. A couple more, y'all. To me, I put here, integrate AI thoughtfully. Listen, y'all, no matter where you are on this coin, AI and, all the AI things, here's the facts. AI is here and it's rolling, and it's a game changer. And the sooner we embrace AI or technologies or integrations like it, or things that just may come that are maybe even industry specific, the sooner we embrace these things, without a doubt, the more efficient our work becomes, which increases morale, increases profits. It's scary. Y'all, I am not a tech person, so I'm speaking to myself. However, from my own personal experience and from what I'm hearing all over the place, don't be scared of technology, y'all. Implement it in your businesses, automate it as much as you can. And as a founder, as a CEO, I feel like we should always be looking for those opportunities and those trends, especially if we're ahead of the curve. Mentorship is priceless. Y'all, I don't know why they don't teach about this in college. I don't know why people I don't hear this too much in schools, or at least I didn't when I was coming up. But the single most valuable resource that I have had in my professional life, and I'm constantly looking for more, is mentorship. Mentorship is aligning yourself with people, resources that have or have been, who have what you want, or who have been where you want to be. People, and mentorship can look all sorts of ways. I have some mentors who are just strictly food, chef related. I have some mentors who know my deepest, darkest secrets. And I have some mentors who know my deepest, darkest secrets and are deep in the food business with me, and they just know everything. Whatever it is that looks like for you, align yourself with people who have what you want, or who are or who have been where you want to be. You can do that in person. You can do that over the phone. You can do that through email. You can do that via FaceTime, social media. Listen, I have literally slid into DMs, y'all, of some heavy hitters, and next thing you know, I got their phone numbers right here in the phone. So mentorship is priceless, y'all. Last but not least, as a founder, as a CEO, I believe it is very important in everything we do to be impactful. Be impactful to your own life, your family's life, be impactful to your team's life, and be impactful to your community and the nation and the world at large. Y'all, there are no bounds to how impactful and how generous I want to be. And so for me, in able to make a statement like that, I also need to commit to saying there needs to be no bounds for what my business can turn into or what I want it to turn into. I want to evoke change. I want to be a change maker. That's why I'm an entrepreneur and a founder. Be impactful, y'all. There is no point in doing this. There's no point in the sleepless nights. There's no point in the sacrifice and the hurt if we're not going to change people's lives and change our community. So be impactful. Y'all, that's all I got. 10 things that, as a founder, I believe you should walk in and should execute from. Listen, I didn't give you the whole article, so go to thecitizen.com, look up the Eating Chamber Chef Drew, the founder's journey. Check out the article. We'll put a link to it as well down below. Y'all, thank you so much for hearing me and listening to me. I think next time we get together, y'all, we're going to do some cooking. We ain't cooked in a minute. Joe, have we cooked in a minute? We ain't cooked in a minute. I think we either going to, let me take that back, because me and Joe talked last week too. We either going to do some cooking next, or we're going to go do some eating next. Either way, we're going to get some food in front of y'all, because this is the Eating Chambers. You can look forward to both of those things coming up simultaneously, y'all. Please remember, like, subscribe, do all the things you need to do to help us keep bringing you this great content. Hit up our homeboys, Chuck and John, Last Night's Coffee on all podcast platforms. Y'all, until next time, y'all, we're gone.